Hi guys, how are we feeling? Today we're going to talk about provisions. We've been talking about the dream. Who are we? Where are we going? Now we will be talking about provisions. Provisions are what you need to complete the dream. This can be money, time, or resources, people, or whatever we need. When you decide to pursue a dream, take time to figure out what you need. Count the cost. You do not want to begin something you cannot finish. God provides for the dream He has given you, but usually this provision is tied to a place. Are you in the place you need to be? If you are pursuing a God-given dream and you don't have what you need, not what you want, perhaps you're not in the right place. God provides even if it is your money, because it is God that gave you the ability to earn. Absolutely. Um, I started this ministry with my money that I saved a long time ago. I thought I was saving it to buy a house. Well, I guess it is a house, but it's a spiritual house, not a physical house. You see, God does that sometimes. Um, we think we're doing, some people say this, while we are planning, God is wiping. We think we're doing one thing, but God has another plan for us, right? Okay. Otherwise, it is your dream, not one from God. See, if it's your dream, you have to provide for it. If it's God's dream, He'll provide for it. And I mentioned that, for example, going abroad to work, to do various things for school, whatever. Um, I didn't really use any of my money to do all of those things. God provided for the dream. Of course, He provided it through people, through organizations, and so forth, but it wasn't my money. So it came from somewhere. And it was God behind it, orchestrating what was going on. All right. So a lot of times we miss God because it comes through people. God is not walking the earth anymore, right? So it has to come through people. But do not deny that there is another force behind it all. When we decide to pursue a dream and we are in one mind, we're not all over the place doubting and worrying. We know this is it. And we we control our mind towards this thing. Things just begin to come together. It is amazing. It's like, I guess it's some form of attraction. Your mind begins to attract whatever you need to get the dream done. Okay? So, nothing is wrong with your dreams. You need to count the cost before you begin and make sure you have enough or fulfill the dream in stages. So we can fulfill our own dreams and we can fulfill God-given dreams at the same time. Right? That's what I've been doing. When God sent me to England, to my dream was to pursue a master's degree. His dream was for me to learn compassion when I was working with elderly people and also bonding with my mother. Okay. So, um, while we are doing one thing, God is doing something else. But usually we miss what God is doing because we are so focused on what we're doing. Okay. Most PhD programs have a stipend or payment system. Although it can be minimal, it is enough to make ends meet. However, each university is different, and you will need to research various programs to know what is best for you. So, this is talking about a PhD program, like the provisions to do a PhD. Do the research and make a workable budget. I entered and completed my PhD program debt free. God provides for the dream He gives you. So, although I had saved money and I had money going into the PhD, I didn't use my money. I used what they gave me and made sure it worked. And so, after the PhD, I still had money, right? Um, we don't need to be overspending. And listen, I lived I lived my life. Okay. I ate out when I wanted to. Um, but I know how to budget. I know how to budget to get things done. However, okay, whatever the dream you have in mind, consider the cost. You may not always see how to pay for it. So make a plan. The dream may be a job. Ask the tough questions such as, can I afford to leave my current job before getting the dream job? How long will it take? Or how will you pay your bills? No, I want to tell you a story about that now. There are times when you have to take the leap. And this is not for people who are just starting out. At this time, when I wrote this book, I was kind of just starting out. There are times when you have to make that leap before the provisions come. Yes, but at that time, you would have already had a track record of God's faithfulness. And so you know that, if I leave this, I know God is going to provide. But if this is your first dream that you are planning towards, make some plans. Make some plans. Perhaps you need to take a detour doing something that doesn't look quite like the dream first. That is okay. Just don't give up. If it is a God-given dream, you are not alone, though many times you will feel like you're alone. You have to have faith. That's that's what faith is. He will help you, and he will also remind you. How does he do this? Well, you can't stop thinking about the thing you have always wanted to do. So if right now you are feeling like, oh my gosh, there's this thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to go into real estate. I wanted to write a book. I wanted. If you just keep thinking about that, everywhere you go, something is reminding you of this dream. Pay attention. That might be a signal that it is time to pursue that dream. For some of us, like for me, sometimes it's not that gentle. It's like, I'm in a car accident. And, you know, but when that happens, when it gets so drastic, when things start happening, it means I have abandoned myself for quite some time. And now it is absolutely is like I have to do it at this point, right? Oh, you kind of know. You don't want to get you don't want it to get that far where things start happening, crazy things, right? You want to just get it done when you get the idea, when it starts you start seeing things that remind you of it, or you get the idea. Now, I talk about all five questions has to apply. So we talk about We talk about who we are. We talk about why, right? We got to know our why, and the why has to be solid because this dream will be tested. And then we need to talk about our potential. We talk about where we're going. And so I know this is provision. Oh, passion. We also want to talk about passion. So think about what that dream is. Is it our dream? Why? Um, is it aligned with who we are, or gifts, or natural talents, abilities, personality, passion? Is it something you love to do? Because God is love. Sometimes we think we need to deny what we love. I talk about food in my last, but I love food. I love food. This morning, my Google Pictures came up and it was this food festival that I went to in Toronto 12 years ago. Um, yeah, I used to love these things, going to food festival, restaurant week, anything food. Help me in. All right. And uh, and I have not really gained weight in decades. So you see, it's not the food that's causing us to put on weight, is it? Then again, I know when to fast naturally. Sometimes I don't realize I'm doing it because it has been a habit over the years. And so I maintain a certain weight. Okay. All right. So that is our very short um, message for today. Do you have the provisions? Yes or no? If yes, make a budget so you you won't need extra. Um, but then God is the one who provides the dream. If it's a God-given dream, He will provide for that dream. Um, but still make a plan, still make a Have a great day.